Hello students, in this session we will discuss about the emitter bias configuration. So in the last session we discussed about the fixed bias configuration, but here emitter bias configuration. What is the difference? Here the difference is we are adding the emitter resistance. So by using this emitter resistance, how the biasing will be applied very efficiently discussed in this analysis. Okay, first we have to find out, by adding this emitter resistance we have to analyze first what is the Q point value. What is the value of the Q point? So in order to get the Q point, the extra thing is we are adding the emitter resistance that will tie itself the emitter bias. So what is the Q point? Generally you know that the Q point is output voltage and output current. So the output voltage is VCEQ and collector current. This drop is the output voltage and this current is the output current. Okay, we have to find out these values first. So first, for the purpose we need to do, first we should apply for the loop equation for the base side, generally base side, from the base side or input side, you can take it as the input side. This is loop. So if you apply the loop equation, I will write directly the loop equation. VCC minus this drop is IBRB, and this is the drop minus VBE, and the last drop is this drop, that is the IERE. Sorry, equal to 0. That means this source will be supplying to input side and the drop will be available to RB resistance, drop will be available at VBE, and drop will be available at the RE. Okay, so from this you know that what is the relation between currents, that is emitter current equal to base current plus collector current. Okay, here you know that the emitter current equal to base current, relation between the base current and collector current equal to beta into IB. From this I can write emitter current equal to 1 plus beta IB. Take it as some equation. Okay, here in this take it as the equation 1 and this is the equation 2. Substitute this 2, equation 2 in equation 1. So you will get VCC minus IBRB minus VBE. What is IE here? 1 plus beta into IB. 1 plus beta into IB into RE equals to 0. So from this you can common the IB from here. You can common IB. So that is VCC equal to, if you common the IB, one thing is here, this is the RB is remaining here, and here remaining is 1 plus beta into RE. 1 plus beta into RE. Okay, remaining part is minus VBE or equal to VBE. So by using that we can write the equation for the base current, that is the base current IB equals to directly we can write VCC minus VBE by RB plus 1 plus beta into VCE, 1 plus beta into RE. So this is the base current equation. So but what is we need the collector current. So what is the collector current? Collector current is beta into IB. Just substitute collector current equal to simply, so this is IC equal to, you know, the beta into VCC minus VBE by RB plus 1 plus beta into RE. So finally we are getting this equation, IC current. So by using the emitter bias, that means adding the emitter resistance in the transistor, the collector current will be varied like this. So assume so this is the collector current, and we can write now we will find out the output voltage. For that output voltage, we need to find the output voltage. You have to write the output current equation. This is the output current again, so output loop equation. So from this, using the loop equation directly I am writing here. Again you have to check VCC, the drop across resistor, and the VCE drop, and we have the drop across IE/RE equals to 0. So you know that the thing is here, the thing is collector current is approximately equal to the emitter current. So that is very easy for us. So VCC equal to ICR, drop across resistor, and VCE, and this is the IC into RE equals to 0. Now you will common the collector current IC, that is RC plus RE minus VCE equals to 0. From this you can write the output equation VCE equals to directly VCC minus IC RC plus RE. So we got the output voltage. The output voltage is in terms of so biasing voltage, and by using the collector current, drop across collector resistance, drop across emitter resistance. This is the Q point. This is the ICQ, and this is the output voltage VCEQ. So we are modifying this biasing, but what are the advantages by using this emitter resistance? We need to discuss advantages. What are the advantages we are getting? So just advantages by using emitter resistance or emitter biasing by RE. Okay, in this first point, we can control RE. The thing is, by using this RE, we can control the IC, collector current. When we are controlling the collector current, means we can control the Q point, operating point also we can control. In our hand, operating point has in our hand. So how in our hand operating point will be available, we will discuss here. The first point, so here before that, collector current can be varied by two things. First thing, the collector can be varied by the temperature. First point is the collector current can be varied by the temperature. How? You know that the collector current equal to generally beta into IB 1 plus beta into ICBO. This ICBO is the leakage current. What happens when the temperature increases? This leakage current will be also increases. So due to that collector current will also be increased. So how it can be controlled, we will discuss here. So here from this we can write the base current. From this we can write the base current equal to directly, that is The base current we can write like this here. Yeah. From this we can write the base current. If you observe the base current here, base current equal to VBE drop, that means RB plus IE. Okay, base current will be, whenever RE value increases, automatically this base current will be decreases. So if you analyze this equation, you will understand. That means if you write the base current equation from here, IBRB equal to VCC minus VBE minus IERE. Okay, here generally base current is equal to VCC minus VBE by IERE by RB. So whenever IERE drop increases, base current will be decreases. Okay, so by this condition, whenever the collector current increases, IERE drop will be increases, then the base current will be decreases. Whenever the base current is decreases, automatically collector current will be decreases. Okay, so by this emitter resistance, by using the emitter resistance, IERE drop will be increases by the base current. IERE drop will be increases. By this, base current will be decreases. By this, whenever the base current is decreases, automatically collector current will be decreases. Look at here. By the temperature, the collector current will be increased. But by using this emitter resistance, this collector current will be decreased. The increased collector current will be decreased by this emitter resistance. This is the one of the advantage of the emitter resistance. Next, what is the another advantage? The another advantage is here. The another advantage is IC can be controlled beta into IB. Generally, IC value is beta into IB. So whenever we can control the beta, then collector current will be controlled. Okay. Then how we can control the beta, we will discuss here. Generally here the collector current, you know that the collector current equal to beta into VCC minus VBE by RB plus 1 plus beta into RE. 1 plus beta into RE. From here, generally you know that 1 plus beta is nothing but you can write it as the beta. Okay, so by using this we can modify the equation like this, that is beta into VCC minus VBE by RB plus beta into RE, emitter resistance. So just assume if beta RE is very greater than RB, then this equation can be modified like this: beta VCC minus VBE by beta into RE. Then beta both are cancelled. Beta both are cancelled. So from this, so we can write the collector current. Finally, the collector current is like this. The collector current is VCC minus VBE by RE. Okay, VBE by RE. Okay, so here look at here. So here we are getting the collector E current, but there is no beta. Observe here, this is the equation. There is no beta. So it is possible. Finally, we are getting the collector current without beta. So that's why we can control by using the RE. But in this process, we have some disadvantages. First advantage is, so we can control the current by, it will control the temperature. Second is, it will be collector current will be controlled without beta. But it has some disadvantages. The disadvantage is this phenomena that here to maintain this condition beta RE is very greater than RB is very difficult, actually very difficult, because the first point is generally we don't know the beta. Generally beta value we doesn't know. Beta doesn't know. Most of the cases beta doesn't know. So beta is not in our hand. And next thing is, so in order to make the condition RE must be very high, the first condition. So whenever the RE is very high, that time IARE drop also increases very high. By that, to maintain the transistor, we have to give the more biasing VCC. Whenever the VCC is more, cost will be very high. Cost will be increases. And second case, if condition is not possible, we have to decrease the base resistance. We have to decrease the base resistance. In order to decrease the base resistance, base junction, collector base junction reverse biased. Collector base junction get low resistance. It is not possible. Low resistance not possible because it is in reverse bias case. Reverse bias generally it is have the high resistance. These are the disadvantages when we are using the emitter resistance. Emitter resistance or the emitter biasing. Okay, this is about the emitter bias configuration. Next we will discuss a problem on the emitter bias configuration. So here look at the problem. For the emitter bias circuit, determine the RC, that means collector resistance, this value, and emitter resistance RB, VC and VB. So you know that what happened when the circuit is applied emitter bias configuration. So we have to do the calculation. So for that solution, first note down the given data. In that solution, first he is given collector current IC, that is the 3 milliamps, and collector voltage also he is given. At this collector voltage VC equal to 7.6 volts and the supply voltage VCC equals to 12 volts. Okay, next you know that beta also mentioned. Beta is also the EIT, and he given E point. This is the base VB, this is the collector. At E point he mentioned 2.4 volts. So emitter voltage also 2.4 volts. So we will discuss each and everything. First we will go with the E. What is E point? To find out the VB. So for the purpose, just look at VBE. Look at the VBE general. You know that VBE, if you observe the VBE is nothing but a diode. The positive terminal and negative, positive configuration, positive and negative configurations. So P and N, P type and N type materials. So that's why if we assume the silicon, then it is the 0.7 volts. Here VBE is nothing but potential difference between base and emitter terminal, that is the 0.7, and here VB equal to 0.7 plus VE. You know the VE value, VE is the 2.4, 0.7 plus 2.4, then you will get the VB value is 3.1 volts. Next we will go with VCE. Where is the here the VCE? You know the VC value is 7.6, E value is 2.4. What is VC here? VC is the D. Next go with the D, that is the VCE. Here VCE is nothing but we can write VC minus V. VC, you know that the 7.6, V voltage also is given, that is the 2.4. So finally you will get collector emitter voltage is 5.2 volts. And the next point is to find out the IB. In order to find out the IB, you have to use this base or input equation. So up to that you know this equation, right? So from that just apply the loop equation up to this point. So for this point, if you are applying the loop equation, take it as C, 12 minus IBRB equal to 3.1 generally, or you can take minus 3.1. How minus 3.1? This VB drop is 3.1. So take it as better to take minus 3.1 equals to 0. So from this you can write we will get the IB value, but we don't know IB value. So you know IC, you know the IC value, IC equals to beta into IB. From this you will get the IB equal to IC by beta. What is IC value? IC is 3 milliamps by beta. Beta is the EIT. Here you will get the base current, that is 37.5 microamperes. That is the base current. So substitute this base current in this equation. You will get finally you will get the base current. You will get the RB equal to some, you will get some RB value. So what is we are finding here? RB. So you know that RB equals how we can write just 12 minus 3.1 by IB value is 37.5 micro. So you will do this calculation, no problem. Next, go for the B point. What is the B point? B point is here 2.4 minus IERE equal to 0. How? So you know in B point you know the voltage, this is the ending point. So this drop will get, apply loop equation from this point to this point simply. So that will get 2.4 IERE. So but we can directly, we don't know IE, but we will convert into approximately take in IE value is IC because both are almost same. RE equals to 0. From this we will find out, you know the IC value and IB value. IC value you know that already we find out the ICE, given the IC value is 3 milliamps. So just substitute RE, you will get 2.4 by 3 milliamps. From this you will get 0.7 kilo ohms. And last point A is in order to find out the RC, you will find out the RC is, use this equation. 12 is there, C drop is there. Just apply the loop equation up to this point. So from this you will get 12 minus ICRC equal to 7.6. By using this you will get RC equal to 12 minus 7.6 by IC. Okay, so 12 minus 7.6 by what is IC? IC value already given 3 milliamps, I think 3 milliamps. By doing the calculation you will get 1.47 kilo ohms. Okay, so this is the problems. So everything will be given here, just having a, remember the small formulas, then you will understand the easy concept. Okay, yeah, looking at the circuit is very difficult, but applying the simple equations, loop equations, then you will get the each and every solution. Okay, I hope all of you enjoyed the session. I think all of you understand the session. So this is the importance of the emitter resistance. Okay, emitter bias configuration. Thank you.